Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Whew. Time to sit down.
Yep.
All right, you ready to roll?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode
Of The Real.
of The Real with my co-host, Colt 45, coming at y'all live from the Colt 45 studios, which just happened to be in his bedroom. So, exciting show tonight. First time we've been able to sit down in a while. You want to tell them what we're talking about?
Ain't it catching Satilla Giants?
Catching Satilla Giants. So we could even say hashtag catching Satilla Giants. That's a little joke amongst me and some good friends of mine. But anyway, we're going to be breaking down the river. What makes you catch more big fish and why? So we're just coming off the Satilla tournament. Well, I say just coming off. It's been a little while now, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Been over a month ago. Pretty proud of it, though. So Colt actually won a category. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I won a category. And even more importantly, 4 out of the last 5 years, we've been able to cash in with a big fish. So that's pretty exciting. We'll be diving off and all that. But first, the Tiger Creek Bait and Tackle Fish of the Week. Y'all check this thing out. Josh Forsyth. Look at this bluegill, y'all.
Man, that was a good bluegill.
What a slab, Josh, man. So glad we were with him. That was a fun trip, wasn't it? So y'all can check it out. Fishing with Forsyth. That's his YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, you're making a mistake. Hit pause right now. Go subscribe to his channel. You don't want to miss anything Josh has got going on. But back to the Tiger Creek Bait and Tackle Fish of the Week, man. Check out his swag Chris sent us. Go ahead and show on the back of that thing, too. So super cool shirts. I want to say that they're free with a $200. He's selling them too, but I think if you order $200 worth, which nowadays ain't much, that's a couple trips to McDonald's. But if you order $200 worth, you get one free. So got some other cool stuff that come in from him today. I'll let you kind of pick that rod up and show them. This super cool, Chris told me, he said, Craig, he said, I want you to check one of these out. And, you know, I was kind of wondering just what it would be, but it's a 5.5 foot. It's really like a no-name Zebco rod, but this thing's got ceramic guides. Really good action. They call it medium light, but I doubt y'all can see the wobble. Maybe you can. But it's more on the lighter side of light. Perfect for fishing a spider. I hadn't even lined this thing out or nothing yet, but it's the D2. And I think any small spin casting reel will work really good. We're going to try it Friday along with, you want to show them that reel? Check out, maybe y'all can see the price tag. Whoa, there we go, I'm knocking that over. $15 for a loose speed cast push button reel, 4:1:1 gear ratio. It's spooled with 4 pound. I think I'm gonna go with 6 pound line on that. So normally with the spider 6 to 8, but anyway, we're gonna try that. So if you hadn't checked out Tiger Creek, oh, also Chris has got a new website now, so you don't have to go through Facebook anymore and call him. You can go to Tiger Creek Bait and Tackle .com, find everything he's got over there. He's adding stuff every day, so make sure you check back. But speaking of back, let's get back to business. We're talking catching Satilla Giants. You know, let's open this thing up. I'm gonna sit this, boy, we're gonna be broke soon. I'm gonna sit this thing down. We can't afford to break anything. Mom will take that out of our fishing budget. But anyway, I'm gonna let you kick this thing off. When we're talking catching Satilla Giants, what is the first piece of advice that you would give to somebody? What would you tell somebody to fish?
Almost always, in the morning especially, the buzzbait.
Buzzbait. Top water. Hey, I think that holds true for bass. That holds true for redbreast, bluegill, basically every species in there. Top water. And you know, speaking of the Satilla tournament, coming off of it, and I'll show y'all some footage in a minute. This one happened to come actually on a stick worm, but you know, we've hit the money out of the past 5 years. I think we've hit it 4 times, but all except for this year, the bass come off of a buzzbait. And this year was kind of tough, but y'all check out this wacky worm fish really quick. Oh, okay, let's try that again. Y'all check out this wacky worm fish really quick. There we go. That didn't take long. Whoa, fella. Whoa, man, what I'd give for a net right now. Oh, come on. Let's work you down. Let's work you down. Oh, I feel him in some limbs. Yeah, I'd pay for a net. Me and Colt lost another one. Hang on, big boy. Man, this is what it's all about. Don't you shake. Come on. Come on. Oh. You weren't as big as I thought you was. But man. Yeah, that was a fun fish, and at the time, you know, I even come home and told you I didn't think that was going to be big enough to win the tournament. So I didn't think it was going to hold up. And then Colt, out of nowhere, I'll show y'all this catfish, but you know, Colt, he makes one cast, catches a giant catfish. Y'all look at this thing really quick. So anyway, like I was saying, one cast, one fish. I'm gonna let you tell the short version of the story best you can. Y'all, I'm giving Colt the floor.
We wasn't having a great day of fishing, so I said, let's go do some catfish. And my dad was like, okay, you know.
I wasn't for it. I wasn't in the best catfishing, but I'll be honest.
One cast, he said, I'm like, I got one. He's like, that's your sticks. He grabs the rod. And he's like, oh, you're hung down there good. Then we paddle to it, and he sharks up. Like, I was surprised it didn't break the line. He was legit, like, he cut his finger because of it.
I mean, and the thing is, the camera, the battery had run dead, and so we didn't have a camera on. If we would have had a camera on, Berkeley Big Game could have sold 1 million spools of that line, because like Colt said, you know, he hooks up and then nothing's happening. I mean, he's locked down, and I am snatching, pulling, wedging, doing anything I can to try to break the line, and all of a sudden I just give it everything I got, like I'm pulling the sword from the salt stone, and boom, and up rolls this catfish. And so anyway, that's how that went down. Colt gets the win. I think that makes him the youngest winner ever in the competition. So, you know, and those were, like this year, those were 2 lucky incidences. A lucky catfish, me catching that bass on the wacky worm in that little creek dump. You know, that was a luck, and I'll admit that. You know, but to consistently catch giants, the people that I know that do it the most, they're doing the same kind, you know, like our buddy Will and his son Carter, and different people, they're doing, my buddy Jacob, you know, he hadn't even been fishing hard in the Satilla but a couple years, and he's already got several fish over 6 pounds. You know, Josh Forsythe, you know, same thing, he's getting more and more. But these people who are consistently catching big fish, they're doing the same things. Top water is definitely one of them. And I'm going to continue on. I think another big thing is you have to make the choice before you even head to the river. You know, what is your goal? We've talked about this in other episodes, you know, and I can prove to you where people's minds are. And don't take this wrong, because I do the same thing. What question do you see a lot of times? You post a fish picture, or you tell your buddy, the first thing somebody says, how many
did you catch?
Well, my first question a lot of times to somebody is, did you catch any big ones?
And how many big ones?
It's the mindset. And because there was a time when, hey, that's all I want, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you like catching fish, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're glad you're here. We like catching fish too. I promise you, this channel will not shame you for what you like to do. As long as you're doing it legally, hey, we are 100% for you. We'll clap the whole way, which does kind of bring me to a little side piece of advice. I've had to delete a few people off the channel. I'll tell y'all, I'm doing this neat thing with Colt. You know, you're 11.
11.
Yeah, he's 11. And I'm sort of teaching him, you know, that we don't do the whole internet bickering or getting in arguments online. We try to act like grown men. So if you say something nasty, I'm just going to delete it. It won't be there. You won't better talk. So be nice. We all love each other. God loves us too. But back to business. Glad we got that out of the way. So the thing is, though, it's a mentality. What you do, how you do it. What's something else? I mean, I'm brainstorming here. What about getting off the beaten path? Getting where
Yeah, where most boats can't get.
Yeah.
Or like where most people can't get.
Right.
That extra drag could be a giant fish.
It's so funny, man, with Colt. You know, even when he was 8 or 9 years old and we get to a log in the river, he would get excited because he knows when we drag over that log,
like nobody's been there.
That's probably where the fish are going to be caught. And so I think that consistently helps us a lot too. So, you know, and then there is the luck factor, no doubt about it. So for sure. But, you know, and let's dive off on redbreast in particular for a minute. You know, I don't care. And we sell spinner baits, we sell a whole host of lures. But if you want to catch big redbreast, a bug is the way to do it. And you know, what do you think?
Yeah,
you agree?
Yeah, that's what I agree.
And I don't care if you throw a Georgia Boy swamp. Once again, I don't want Georgia Boy Lures and Georgia Boy Outdoors to get confused.
Yeah.
If you're here and you like the show and you don't like Georgia Boy Lures, that's okay. Yeah. All I want you to do is fish a bug. I just want you to catch big fish. I want you to, now, if you like the Swamp Spider, hey, that's even better. You know, that helps us keep the lights on. Might send Colt to college one day. He's going to need a lot of college. It's going to take him 8 years to get through a 4-year school. So y'all keep buying bugs. But no, all jokes aside, believe in that bug. And I'm telling you, you will catch bigger fish. So, I mean, okay, of all your big redbreasts, how many come off the bug? Just say out of your top 10.
Lots and lots. I can't even count.
Well, I mean, out of your 10 biggest, how many you would say? At least 9.
Yeah, at least 9.
You might have had a big one on the Colt 45. We like it too.
Yeah, Colt 45.
So, but you have to think big to catch big. So, you know, it's a mentality. It's a way of thinking, way of doing things. And when you approach a river, before you ever pull up, you know, I'm thinking about Friday's trip. You know, I think we're going to go to the with Coochie. But I'm already thinking, you know, where's the big one going to be? How far we're going to have to go? And hey, sometimes you still strike out.
And I'm going to add something on that. You got to check that gauge. Yeah. Or you won't be catching them.
Yeah, I think understanding the river level is a critical component.
Because if you're getting like pushed by the current, you can't catch a fish. You know?
Right. Presenting that's a big thing. If you go somewhere you can't present your lure, man, you're already behind the 8 ball. I mean, if you can't put the spider where he. Okay, we're back. You still here? Had some technical difficulty for a minute, but like we were saying, you're already behind the 8 ball. If you can't even present your lure right. So Colt brings up a great point. Learn those river gauges. And I'm approaching, you know, any river, though, and I'm a river fisherman. I mean, that's just, I'm no good on lakes. You know, that's why I'm not sitting here acting like I know something you don't. River fishing is pretty simple. Yeah. I mean, you know, understand the gauge. Understand the levels. Understand what's making the fish tick, and you'll catch big fish. I mean,
and the last one, catch fish.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, catch fish. Yeah, be going fishing. You know, we ain't caught many giants lately. Guess what? We ain't been fishing much.
Yeah, use your time, like you know.
I've been making swamp spiders and Colt. I don't know what's he been watching YouTube. You're not gonna catch fish if you're not out there. So that's pretty much, to me, it boils down to being successful in Satillas, getting off that beaten path, top water, top water, top water. That's going to do it day in and day out. Like Colt said, check those levels. Yep. So understand what the river's doing. I guarantee you're going to catch more. If you slide over to the Georgia Boy Lures Facebook page, I'll just be straight up. I'm willing to give you a lot more information on the river. If you message me on there, I just don't want to put everything out on YouTube for everybody in the whole world to see. I don't want all of China seeing where the secret spots are on the Satilla, you know, we can't get apart. But if you need some help, want to know a little more, you know, slide over to Georgia Boy Lures. You can even do it on the website or on Facebook. I'll probably see it faster over there. But anyway, we're about to hit some local fishing reports before we go. But first, let's go to Miley with the weather. Miley?
You know what? I'm not doing the weather today. I'm tired of all this disrespect talking about Colt 45 and I barely get any credit. And plus I don't even get paid.
As always, thank you, Miley, I think. So, what a troubled young lady.
Yeah.
Anyway, so talking local reports, we had that awesome swamp trip. I think we'll kick it off there first. So, what was your favorite part about fishing down there in Fargo?
Catching fish.
Catching fish, I guarantee you. Well, the plan was we were going to do a float trip on the Swanee River right there. And we get down there, and our good buddy Josh, he says, Craig, I think it's too high. So what's cool about that west side in Fargo, about right there at the Swanee River where the seal is you got the ditches right on the other side of the seal, so if the river don't look right, boom, you can fish right there. So anyway, man, we wore them out, and we really we weren't prepared to get started really fast, so we lost probably 40 minutes first thing of daylight. And still caught a pile of fish. How many do you think we caught between all of us, maybe?
Maybe 30.
So you're a fisherman. You got to stretch it. Man, we caught 50 or 70.
Oh, yeah.
92. Son, y'all tell me in the comments. I don't think I'm doing a good job of raising him right. No, all jokes aside. I think he's right. I think we caught about 30 so. But man, and big bluegill and tying right back into that catching giants. Yeah. Josh has been fishing down there his whole life. That's his first time throwing the swamp spider down there. And look what happens. We're all catching bigger fish. So it's that. Now we didn't catch as many. Oh, I know somebody with a cricket cage could have caught more than us, and there would have been nothing wrong with that. But anyway, so the swamp's on fire. I heard on the east side in Folkestone, I've heard people catching 60 and 70 over there, like, near the boat basin. So if you've never fished the east side, if you've got a small boat, got a young'un you want to take, literally from the boat ramp to the little island going out, it's only about 20 yards right there. Perfect place. If you've got a John boat and a paddle, you could fish right there.
You could walk it.
Yeah, there's some.
There's like these trails that you can just.
I've seen people catch a lot of good warmouth off the bank right there. I've even thought about doing it ourselves. So swamps would be a really good bet. The rivers are starting to bottom out. The Ogeechee is on fire. I mean, I want to get over there. I know Chris from Tiger Creek. Okay, more technical difficulties. You can tell it's getting late at night and we're tired. But anyway, so back where we were, Chris from Tiger Creek, Alan, my good buddy, Steven, everybody is hammering them on the Ogeechee. And top water's the way to do it. Pitch a swamp spider down there. You shouldn't have no problem catching 50 or so. Now, the Satilla is another story this week. What I'm hearing from it, it's been kind of slow, which we got that east wind that's been blowing. It's real windy today. So maybe when it kind of dies down, the bite will pick up. This is one of those times of year when it gets hot. I mean, it can be hit or miss. So anyway, but I was trying to think.
No rain lately, though.
No rain, man. We're about overdue, and that's be on the lookout for that. I'll add that into the local report. When the rain hits, if it's a half inch or less, that's the kind of the rule I usually go through. Or go with. If it's a half inch or less, that's going to be just enough water to put just enough water, I think I said that right, to put oxygen in the water. I'm going to get this right. But anyway, you get the oxygen in there, it gets the river rising, and that sets up a really good bite. So I'm watching the weather every day, waiting on that to happen. The St. Mary's, hadn't really heard much out of there. Actually, I did. I think somebody said it was pretty slow. So I'd say swamp some more. That'd be my bet for this week. But anyway, so I think Colt's getting tired. I'm even tired. If you stayed on here this long, man, we really appreciate you. If you hadn't already, do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure and like this video.
And click on the notifications icon, and we'll see you next time out of order.